up the north. Okay. Welcome to Be So Light. I'm Priestess Makala as well as Niana as well as Felicia. You pick and chooses to come through me. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the expansion? The energy is expansion. Are you feeling all that goodness coming in? Are you feeling that how energies are playing with your mind and just doing crazy stuff? Are you feeling that energy? Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it. I just got back from the park. I did a little drumming out there and I was going to post it and I unposted it because I really want to respect the person um, that I was with because it ended up turning out to be like medicine. We were doing some good medicine work out there. So, never know. I always listen to when creator tells me, "Oh, bring your drum." And it was so interesting when I was drumming. It got really, really quiet, and it was not a lot of people there. Maybe a couple people walking around. But after I was done, I said, "Well, it's time to leave. Time to go." So I'm hopping on here. Yesterday was a day of quietness, reflection. It was a day of just being. I even got kind of burned. Wow, that really did burn. Um, just kind of relaxing and just being to the self and did my Abhyanga, oiled up really well with the sesame oil and got that in there and felt really good. And then after the bath and after soaking and everything, got out of the bath and I was like, super relaxed. Didn't want to do anything else. I was all about, I just want to relax, chill, turn the phone, watch some movies, and I just laid back and did nothing. Had all the intentions in the world to do reads and stuff, readings, but I did nothing. It felt really good. Could just be, do nothing. So, with that being said, I really want to talk about opening the door. A lot of times we we have the key, but we don't open the door. We don't open the door because of fear of rejection. What if it doesn't feel right? What if it's not aligned right? We won't open the door because of some kind of hidden fear to step through it. So today I'm inviting you to turn the key, walk through the door, set your intentions. Even when you are getting ready to exit your home, when you open the door, before you even step outside, just set the intention of what you are aligning yourself with. Is it to align yourself with a job? Is it to align yourself with like-minded people? Is it to align yourself with something that you weren't expecting, but you lined yourself with it, and this is the outcome? Okay, to have that alignment. So I really am inviting you to do that. So we're on April 1st. And in 3 more days, we're going to start the 60 minutes of drumming. And I can't tell you how crucial this is. So when I was in the bath, because water is what? It's a portal. And it's best time to get into your water and to ask questions, which I did. So I was asking all kind of questions, those questions that sometimes we don't want to ask, but you want to ask because you kind of want to get the answers to. So one of them is because I'm going through my mind about our past, what we normally do in the past, how we always, not we, but those particular beings, always repeat the same thing. Okay, so one of the things as being the healers, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to love the self. We have to really take care of the self. And that's why I did all the things that I did yesterday. Put myself on a timeout, um, and just really just sat in that time. So the question I asked, I said, will there be like war energy on our soil? And it says, yes, war will be scattered across the United States, but the media will try to make it sound worse than what it really is. Okay, just letting you know. So it might be like crazy stuff going on with some kind of um, power outage or whatever going on. And this is why they're telling us to really take care of ourselves, to really get charged up, to really have your light strong, because we have to be able to decipher between um, false light and true light. Okay, that, you know, can you tell the difference between a truth and a lie? Something that my elders just drilled into me coming up. Felicia, can you tell the difference between a truth and a lie? You know, what's the difference? One shows up, one will stay up, but the other one never does. It always falls down. That's the lie. So, one of the things also in the message, um, there will be like an alert thing, but it's not going to be in what you think it's going to be. Just to let people know what's going on. Okay. All healers alike, divine workers must take their positions for anchoring the higher timeline now, not later. Okay. So a lot of us have already been out there doing the grid light, putting out the lights and lining up our grid light and lining up the timeline of the most highest to shift to that timeline. When we talk about shifting to the higher timeline, it's all about that's what you will see on the higher timeline. On the lower timeline, you're going to see all of the chaos, the craziness. It's just like I was saying, when you go out and you want to get through your day, what kind of energetic vibrational timeline do you want to be on? Do you want to be in the third dimensional timeline? Or you are aligning yourself with a higher timeline so you can get through your day easy peasy? Okay. Um, the true awakened ones will see this, and this will not take long. It's not going to be a long time. This is not going to be something that drags out for months and months and months. This is going to be like a quick thing that comes in. It's going to go, but then depending on your timeline, how you align yourself, that's what you'll be seeing. It'll things coming to an end. But it has to be done in order to get us to the next level. So do not fear this. This is their last attempt to run the negative energy. Each people of a tribe brings forth the activation of the codes. Energies will increase, moving faster, and the solar codes coming in are not to be feared. You will receive the codes. So even if you're not out in it, if you don't see it, if you're not flocking to be a group participant in the solar event, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be receiving the codes. You're going to get those codes, because those codes coming through are going to, the divine codes are going to come through and imprint on everything. So it's just all about that level. And this is why the title is Walking Through the Door. When we walk through the door of knowingness, and you know you have the key to open that door, walk through it. You don't like what you see, you have every right to come back through the door, close the door, lock it, say, let me rethink what I want to see on the other side of that door. Okay? It's a very powerful connectional knowingness when we do this. We do it all the time when we go into our bedroom, when we go into our homes, when we go into office. When we open the door and you step through that, you feel the shift of your energy when you step through it. You feel that change. So if you're setting intentions when you're stepping through that door, you're feeling and you're connecting to the divine alignment of what you're creating on the opposite side of that door. So this is why some people, they can have all the keys in the world, but they still won't step through the door. You'll have all the knowledge, you'll have all the abundance, you'll have all the right connections, everything, but you still won't step through the door. You still won't take the time to step through the door, to claim it, to really take it into heart. So with this being April 1st and we're in this alignment, a lot of things for me personally are coming up, because this is the month that my best friend passed away. And I'm sitting here saying, it's been a year already. Wow. But look what happened in March. March went by so fast. It went by super fast. I'm going to do a dual read on these cards today because of the different energy timelines that we have. A dual read is good. So I know everyone is going through their shifting, you're feeling things, and you're like, holy crap. The animals have been down. They've just been down. And I'm like, okay. And even just going out in the sun today, I was only out there for about 30 minutes. I already got like burned. 30 minutes. Walked around, did my drumming. Okay, let's take a look at the message of how what's setting the tone for today, sitting in the tone of today. So, we have the Princess of Control. We have the Princess of the Swords. She's holding the control. She's got the sword. She's willing, even though she feels like things are kind of desolate, no matter what around her, she's still got her willpower. She's still standing in her truth. She's standing in control because there's the South Tree, the Four Cups. What is that all about? How are you feeling when you're moving through that energy? How's that playing out when we're seeing our emotions and what's coming up? In the medicine of that, we have the third eye activation. That is going to be pulsating a lot today, so just know that. And then you have, on top of that, and I like this, both of these two, look at this. You have the third eye, that 36 is a 9. And then the card that goes on top of it is an 18, and that's a sacred serpent. So now you have 2 9 energies. So completing a cycle, moving through. The energy of the messages that comes down from this is dreams do come true on number 37. And soul searching 44. So with the dreams that do come true, your dreams are coming true because you are staying true to your heart's desire, which is the number one reason when you step through the door, you have to stay true to it. Okay. Soul searching, it's time to go within and uncover your true feelings. Yeah. What are you really holding true about? What's really sitting there? Then we have the Keeper of Love. And this one has, hold on, let me look. Okay, there is a key in there, but it's really hard to find. And it's a little one too. Okay. And then 15 is the action. This key is really easy to find. Taking action. Taking the action. And then the portals of activation for today, this is dead on. The inner earth, the base chakra, strength and security, laying the foundation. This is what it felt like last night where I was journeying, going through this tunnel and waters. And then the order of Melchizedek, embraced by the light, mission uncovered, don't give up. So I am just really feeling that a lot of energy, it's kind of like, I want you to think of it like this. You know how here in California where we hear there's a storm coming and it's going to be massive and it's going to be raining like crazy and it's going to take everything down and da 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 da. Remember, they tell you how bad a storm is going to be, and then the storm comes and it's just a little rainstorm. That's what this is going to be like. Okay, there's going to be some craziness, but it's not going to be to the extent to where you're running for your life type of thing. It's not going to be the extent of that. However, it depends on the timeline you are on. I can't stress that enough. What timeline are you on? This tells you a lot. And the easiest way to find out what timeline you're on is look around you. Is it always chaotic? Is it always something crazy going on? Is it peaceful? Are you dealing with stuff that's just not falling into place and it's always, you got to keep going back, doubling over stuff because it's just not working right? Is it that kind of timeline for you? Because that's what you want to shift out of. If that's what's happening, that's what you want to shift out of. Okay, you want to get out of that energy. And the way you shift out of it is consciously making a decision to shift that energy. So this is the time that we need to start really preparing ourselves energetically, getting your rest, because the amount of energy that's coming through is insane. Just being out and in the codes and everything, I was like, God, this is a lot to process. And yes, having this energy of 1 minute you want to eat, and then the next minute you don't want to eat. It's like weird. But the bread is here. Yes, just got delivered. Would have got it yesterday, but after doing Abhyanga, I was just like, just to the bed and resting because it's a form of going through detoxing when you detox. So this is the homemade spelt raisin walnut bread that was delivered to me today. Can't wait to cut into it. I just can't wait. I told you guys, this is that bread that could put people in a divorce court, and it's the kind of bread it's so good that you just eat a piece of it and it's just like, I can't describe it. is made with, and here's the beauty of it, it's made with all the different tools of teachings that I've given the student to put in with it, and felt like I was going to sneeze. And the vibrations are in the bread. The codes are in the bread. And I'm like, just feeling it. Now, don't get me wrong. I like having my bread every now and then, but it has to have some kind of substance to it, like walnuts and raisins, something in it. This is that prosperity bread, okay? So, I just wanted to hop on here really quick and give you the message of what I received when I was in the water yesterday. And just really sitting with that energy. But one of the things I know for a fact is we can't be in a fear factor. You know, these things have been going on for thousands of years, and this is one that is going to be a game changer, but it's going to be a game changer in a really good way. Just we got to go through a little bit of hills and rolls, and then things will shift. But it'll shift better if all of us bring to the table the highest outcome for the highest good of humanity. That's what we have to hold. Peace and that love. One of the things I saw, the one who lives, I think it's part of The Walking Dead. I was really wanted to watch that. It's with Rick and LaShawn. And I love how they did this. It was super coded if you weren't paying attention. They had the masculine, divine masculine, they had the divine feminine energy, and how they were coming together and how they were going to change what the NRC or whatever the name of the group was that was going out and eradicating other people who survived all these different zombie apocalypse type of things that were going on. They had their own communities. Well, this NRC or whatever, it's on AMC Plus. Didn't want people like that. They wanted to bring people into the structured town setting where you had to be a part of it, and if you tried to leave, they were going to off you, or if you try to, they look for you if you escape, and all this kind of crazy stuff. And I said, oh, kind of like now. So and I as I was watching it, I watched how one of the characters, one of the women in the show, she had lost everything, her relationship with loved one, and she gave up and she submitted herself into that compound. And LaShawn and her had a face off, and I loved it. LaShawn just went straight in, and the lady had said, "How did you find him? Why did you keep looking for him?" And she says, because true love never dies. Love never dies. And they had their fight, and boom, 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 and LaShawn, boom. And the lady realized, she says, you guys need to take it down, all of it, so that they don't go out and hurt anybody else. And I said, interesting. So at the very end, you see this part where they're fighting, and Rick is getting attacked with these other zombie beings, and all of a sudden you see him pull a pin, and I'm like, oh, hell no, you're not blowing yourself up, please don't do it. So then he does it, and then LaShawn stops, and she's like, oh, you better be alive. You know? And sure enough, they show he's alive, everything's good. So I look at that, and I'm like, that's really, really good how they did it. But they took it one step further, because both of them directed how they wanted to put the storyline together. And at the very, very end, he gets to see the child that they made together, and it's the son, and his daughter, his original daughter. And they put it together and they're showing it, and it's like, and there's this one thing that his son says to him, and he goes, "You never gave up on me." And his son says the words that Carl used to say when The Walking Dead was going all the time and doing the thing. Carl said, "You just gotta believe." And when he said that, you could see the look in Rick's eyes, like, "That's my son." And my son came back around. It was a really good, super coded show. I mean, it was super coded. You have to really watch it and pay attention to the words. Pay attention to what they're showing you. It's super, super coded. So then I went down the rabbit hole the other day and I watched this movie called The One Bedroom. Gives a whole new twist to going out looking for a place to rent. Yeah. The One Bedroom is a trip because it's on Tubi, but it's one of those things that's a head tripping thing. How you have to get through it to get out of it. It's one of those movies that you have to watch because you will take away with it something. And you'll think back in your life of certain situations that you were in that looked like this, but you got out of it before you could have been a victim of it. Okay, let's just put it that way. One Bedroom. It's an interesting one. All right, lovelies, I'm going to get quiet again. I got to work on the newsletter, put that out, and put the information out. So those of you that are going to participate with the 60 minutes of drumming, please, I hope you do join up. The more of us in it, the better off the energy will expand itself out so that we're creating this hub of energy, of peace and love, and attaching it and gridding into all the other grid lines that have been laid for Mother Earth. Okay? All right, everyone, be good to yourselves. Divinely aligned, divinely seen. You're divinely heard. You're divinely loved. Be good to yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.